Hi guys, welcome back. Hello Patriots, I'm glad to see you. So what I'd like to talk to you about today is the truth. Yes, the truth. It's about time that we start coming out and talking about this more and more so that people can get on board and get to the point where they are, instead of dozing. So I want to share this with you. Eyes wide open. Yep. It's the plot. Whoops. It's the plot to take over the world. Wah. Sounds like a James Bond movie, right? But it's true. It's so true. And by whom? Whom would want to do this to us? Well, these guys. We've got the Illuminati. And these guys. And this guy, potato head, false leader. I think he's wearing a mask. I think the real guy is not here anymore. I don't think any of them are here anymore. Okay, so let's jump down here for a minute. Secret societies. The Illuminati started May 1st, 1776. Lots happening in 1776. Yep. Skull and crossbones. Freemasonry. Globalists. Here's an old picture of them. They thought they were just so cool with their secrets. Yeah, so these guys, they started up in 1776 and then in Bavaria, which is now Germany. And so once they were discovered, the leader at that time in Germany, or Bavaria, booted them out, said, nope, we don't want this, and they booted them all out. Well, they showed back up in America years later, and we're still dealing with them up until recently. But their main thing was these organizations have often been alleged to conspire to control world affairs by masterminding events and planting agendas in agents in government and corporations in order to gain political power and influence and to establish a new world order. Sounds like, I'm telling you, it sounds like a spy movie, right? It's not. So pulling the strings and levers of power in dozens of novels, films, television shows, comics, video games, music videos, and virtually every aspect. So look here, we've got them infiltrating our education, our religious groups, our intelligence groups, our political groups, our banking and monetary groups, health groups, entertainment world. And why would that be something to be aware of? Well, I'm going to share with you this.
Operation Mockingbird was a secret campaign by the United States Central Intelligence Agency to influence media. Begun in the 1950s, it was initially organized by Cord Meyer and Alan W. Dulles, and was later led by Frank Wisner after Dulles became the head of the CIA. The organization recruited leading American journalists into a network to help present the CIA's views, and funded some student and cultural organizations and magazines as fronts. As it developed, it also worked to influence foreign media and political campaigns, in addition to activities by other operating units of the CIA. In addition to earlier exposure copyrights of CIA activities in foreign affairs, in 1966, Rampart magazine published an article revealing that the National Student Association was funded by the CIA. The United States Congress investigated the allegations and published a report in 1976. Other accounts were also published. The media operation was first called Mockingbird in Deborah Davis's 1979 book, Catherine the Great, Catherine Graham and the Washington Post. History. In 1948, Frank Wisner was appointed director of the Office of Special Projects. Soon afterwards, OSP was renamed the Office of Policy Coordination, which became the CIA's Covert Action Branch. Wisner was told to create an organization that concentrated on propaganda, economic warfare, preventive direct action, including sabotage, anti-sabotage, demolition and evacuation measures, subversion against hostile states, including assistance to underground resistance groups, and support of indigenous anti-communist elements in threatened countries of the free world. Later that year, Wisner established Mockingbird, a program to influence foreign media. Wisner recruited Philip Graham from the Washington Post to run the project within the industry. According to Deborah Davis in Catherine the Great, by the early 1950s, Wisner owned respected members of the New York Times, Newsweek, CBS, and other communications vehicles. In 1951, Alan W. Dulles persuaded Claude Meyer to join the CIA. However, there is evidence that he was recruited several years earlier and had been spying on the liberal internationalist organizations he had been a member of in the late 1940s. According to Deborah Davis, Meyer became Mockingbird's principal operative. After 1953, the network was overseen by CIA Director Alan Dulles, by which time Operation Mockingbird had major influence over 25 newspapers and wire agencies. The usual methodology was placing reports developed from intelligence provided by the CIA to witting or unwitting reporters. Those reports would then be repeated or cited by the preceding reporters, which in turn would then be cited throughout the media wire services. These networks were run by people with well-known liberal but pro-American big business and anti-Soviet views such as William S. Paley, Henry Luce, Arthur Hayes Salzberg, Alfred Friendly, Jerry Leary, Carl Hendricks, Barry Bingham, S.R., James Copley and Joseph Harrison. The Office of Policy Coordination was funded by siphoning off funds intended for the Marshall Plan. Some of this money was used to bribe journalists and publishers. Frank Wisner was constantly looking for ways to help convince the public of the dangers of Soviet communism. In 1954, Wisner arranged for the funding of a Hollywood production of Animal Farm as an animated allegory based on the book written by George Orwell. According to Alex Constantine, in the 1950s, some 3,000 salaried and contract CIA employees were eventually engaged in propaganda efforts. Wisner was able to constrain newspapers from reporting about certain events, including the CIA plots to overthrow the governments of Iran and Guatemala. Thomas Braden, head of the International Organizations Division, played an important role in Operation Mockingbird. Many years later, he revealed his role in these events. If the director of CIA wanted to extend a present, say, to someone in Europe, a labor leader or suppose he just thought, this man can use $50,000, he's working well and doing a good job, he could hand it to him and never have to account to anybody. There was simply no limit to the money it could spend and no limit to the people it could hire and no limit to the activities it could decide were necessary to conduct the secret war. It was a multinational. Maybe it was one of the first. Journalists were a target, labor unions a particular target, that was one of the activities in which the communists spent the most money. Equals director of the plans equals, in August 1952, the Office of Policy Coordination, which dealt with covert actions such as paramilitary or psychological influence operations, and the Office of Special Operations, which dealt with espionage and counter-espionage, were merged under the Deputy Director for Plans, Alan W. Dulles. When Dulles became head of the CIA in 1953, Frank Wisner became head of this new organization and Richard Helms became his chief of operations. Mockingbird became the responsibility of the DDP. J. Edgar Hoover became jealous of the CIA's growing power. Institutionally, the organizations were very different, with the CIA holding a more politically diverse group in contrast to the more conservative FBI. This was reflected in Hoover's description of the OPC as Wisner's gang of weirdos. Hoover began having investigations done into Wisner's people. He found that some of them had been active in left-wing politics in the 1930s. This information was passed to Senator Joseph McCarthy, who started making attacks on members of the OPC. Hoover also gave McCarthy details of an affair that Frank Wisner had with Princess Karaja in Romania during the war. Hoover claimed that Karaja was a Soviet agent. McCarthy, as part of his campaign against government, began accusing other senior members of the CIA as being security risks. McCarthy claimed that the CIA was a sinkhole of communists and said he would root out 100 of them. One of his first targets was Claude Mayer, who was still working for Operation Mockingbird.
So that's pretty interesting. So yes, they've used money to bribe and control all these news medias and their propaganda, what they're telling us. Yeah, it's been pretty bad. So this is how they've infiltrated us. And through these ABC LMNOP agencies, they have acquired much gold, along with the Vatican and the Bank of London. H. Bush, Daddy Bush, he started a huge human trafficking and tunneling system. And so that has been going on worldwide. How horrific what they've been doing to children, okay? They have bizarre occult rituals that they have performed, these globalists. So there's the seed of 9, then there's the 13 families, Rothschilds, etc. Big list, 13 names. And then below that are their subordinates and out to their shell companies and corporations and organizations globally, okay? And in every country, they're there. They're there in every country. The good guys and the bad guys. So we have been combating the black hats, okay? Here's some of them right here. The Twin Towers, Little Bush, by way of Daddy Bush helping him to get into office and coaching him and kind of helping him along with how things should go to further the agenda, took down the Twin Towers. I'm sure this will come out. I believe that through my research, I heard it was they were moving a lot of gold. See, originally, Kennedy was one of the first presidents that found out really what was going on. And he was going to put us back to a gold back standard. And he was going to shatter the CIA into 1,000 pieces and these LMNOP agencies, he was going to break it all down. And Daddy Bush said, oh no, we can't have that happening, because he at the time, he was the head of the CIA, okay? And Lyndon B. Johnson was the vice president, which I never really liked that guy. He didn't give me a good feeling. But I have a feeling it's going to come out that it was Daddy Bush and Lyndon B. Johnson that plotted the assassination of Kennedy. And then I believe that it's going to show that Bush Jr. brought down the Twin Towers, killed all those people. And not to mention, my husband was called out to work on the site after the debris and the trauma and everything to help clean it up. And something came up and he couldn't go. Come to find out, a lot of people died from the radiation that they had contracted, and all the dust and the cement dust and everything. So yeah, that. And then the Clintons, they have their own legacy of evil, including a lot of bad things to do with children, trafficking, adrenochrome, stealing money, hiding money, plotting against our president. And by the way, Mr. Clinton here, he's actually a Rothschild. They changed his name and he was primed and primed and everything for office, just like Bush Jr. was taught at an early age. He was raised to eventually, you know, be in a position of power. And had this lady won, we would probably be sitting in concentration camps right now. Yeah, but they underestimated Trump. Thank God for Trump. Thank you, Mr. Trump. I am so thankful and I just adore you. Thank you so much for everything that you've done for us. And thank you to the military for everything that they've done for us, and all the allies and the patriots and the Flynns and the guys that we don't even know your names, and the digital warriors out there. I really, really appreciate you and I pray for you every day. Okay, getting on to it. All right, so we have the Obamas, him and him. I wish I'd known that one coming down the pike. Okay, and then here's a little picture with Mr. Soros and Bushes and various people in government positions, and this is what they like to do. So, where's that taking us? Well, all the white hats have been fighting very hard against these black hats all over the world. Have you noticed the fencing around the Capitol? And I believe if you look, you'll see the locks are on the outside, not on the inside. So, and there's a POW flag flying above the Capitol. I wonder what that means. I think it means there's somebody who's a prisoner of war. Could it be the Black Hats, the Pelosi's, the Schumers, the rhinos, the other Democrats, so many of them, right? So the Bill of Rights, we have rights, inalienable rights that were bestowed upon us by God, not by a government, okay? And our Constitution is for the people, by the people, okay? And we need to take back our rights. We haven't had really, truly rights since they made us a corporation after the Civil War, when we went and hawked because we didn't have enough money. And so, hello, we shook hands with England again, and they put us in debt and interests and made us a corporation, which I never even knew up until I started studying all this stuff. I was shocked. And so that's what the gold fringe on the flag is, folks. But the last true president of the republic that we've had before it became a corporation was the 18th president. So guess who's gonna come out soon, I hope, because I miss him so much, will be Trump as the 19th president, yes, of the republic, because he has freed us. He has bankrupted the Washington, D.C. and the old United States of America. And so now we are our own republic. So we have a shadow government going on, kind of like in Confederate War. Okay, it was a long, long, long time ago. So my understanding, excuse me, is that we have been doing a great job of the white hats. I mean, everybody's doing their best, but the guys that are really out there, like hands-on, and you know who they are and you know who you are, have been doing a fabulous job. And some of these guys right here, my husband's a Marine, and I couldn't be prouder of our service members. So brave, so committed. They are committed to the Constitution, and they will never let a coup take place. So military has been driving our country, protecting it, watching over it for a very long time. And I think you're going to find out very soon that there's a lot of information that a lot of us don't know that's going to come out, and you need to prepare yourselves because a lot of it's going to be very hard for a lot of people to believe. You know, a lot of people are going to be very, very shocked. I mean, graphically shocked with the human sacrificing and the children and the adrenochrome and the pedophilia, and it's ugly, but it needs to come out and it needs to be banished. We need this gone. We can never become what our creator intended us to be as human beings, as people, with this evil all over us, controlling us. And you know, they've controlled Hollywood, which God bless you, Isaac Happy. I know you're out there. I know that Hanks didn't off you, thank God. And I can't wait for you to be a free spirit again and be able to be amongst us and creating your music. And I'm really looking forward to that. And Elvis and Princess Diana and Michael Jackson, all great ambassadors to the world. And we really, we're really going to need them when we get to the point where it's safe. And the Galactic Federation has been helping Trump and the Patriots to deal with this threat. And once the threat is dismantled and gone, these people can come forward, which I'm sure there's a lot of others that I'm just not tuned into yet. But it's gonna be amazing. I'm so excited. I'm not afraid. I'm calm. I'm actually feeling happy. I'm optimistic. And the future is going to be so much healthier, brighter, more peaceful, more beautiful in general. So we have so much to look forward to. Just got to hang in there, be patient. I know we're all wanting it now. We want the information now. Well, we're not running the show. Okay. And so, you know, like any military operation, sometimes things get moved around. Depends on what's happening. So might be false information for the enemy. It might be because there's something happening and they just need to manipulate, okay, to make things safer, you know. So it's time for us to stand with our American flags and be proud and, you know, take our country back. And once the shining light on the hill is resurrected, and we've got, or we're getting our house in order here, then we can go out amongst the world and help all the other people. And it's going to be beautiful because we have Jasar and Nassar to look forward to. And there's a lot of great technology from the Galactic Federation that is going to be so wonderful. Med beds, free energy. There's some high tech with transportation, healing, good health. They have the technology to clean our world of all these poisons and toxins and pollutions. I can't wait to see what that kind of world's going to look like and feel like. Our job is just to hold the line, tell the truth where we can, and help President Trump to keep making America great. Pass out the red pills. And sometimes when you get down, you're feeling bummed out, maybe you need to reach in there, take another red pill, keep yourself going in a truthful forward motion. Okay. So guys, there's so much going on that we don't even know what's going on. There's so much. Yeah. so much. So I'd like to find out more about this Galactic Federation. I have been working on learning how to meditate. And I'm going to do a video on that because apparently we need to raise our consciousness. We have a vibration that's part of us. I guess it's all around us and it's in us. And we're what they call probably, some of us are in the third, fourth dimension. Some of us are a little higher in the fifth dimension. And there's a great guy that I follow. His name is Michael Jaco. I really like him. If you're listening, Michael, mwah, I love you. He has some fantastic information with raising your vibration, and it's very helpful. And you know what? I feel so much more peace. I'm at peace. I feel warm and happy inside. It helps me reduce my stress. I have a better focus. I have better energy. Just in general, I just have a good feeling about me. So check out Michael Jaco on YouTube. He's got a really good show. Shout out to Prime and my buddy Jerry and Jen, who I've yet to meet, but I follow you. You're great. These folks have a lot of good information too. Part of the digital warriors, as we try to help America and the world open their eyes, clear their minds. You know, this is what this Project Mockingbird has done to our country. It's hypnotized us. It's propagandized us through our news media, through entertainment, movies, TV shows, our music industry, and then this satanic, this dark evil has penetrated us through all of the above too. And you know, there's lots out there on the interzones, folks that talk about giving up their souls for you know, success, money, fame, fortune. I believe that there's evil. I believe that there's a God, a superior force that is guiding us and helping us. And I believe that the Galactic Federation are working in conjunction with God and the White Hats to help us better our world and better ourselves and to help vanquish this evil. So much love to you all. And, you know, right now, you're going to probably see more of these stories on mass shootings that I think the deep state is definitely behind. And this whole wokeness and everything is terrible. We need to rise above that and realize that we're all human beings. And it doesn't matter where we come from or what color we are on the outside, that we all bleed the same red blood. We're all humans and we should be helping each other, not fighting each other. Turn off this Operation Mockingbird. Turn it off. And, you know, as these shootings get more, I believe that will be why the Democrats are going to use this to come after our Second Amendment, which I don't think will actually, I pray that it actually doesn't happen. I'm hoping that the White Hats have it so much under control now that this potato head false Biden, whoever he is, that he gets out of there and we get back in the driver's seat and try and maintain our Bill of Rights and our Constitution and live how God intended us to live. So I thank you for listening. By the way, I am a representative of the hemp works. Oh, I don't know. You can't see it probably. It's this darn background light. But I'm doing the drops, the orange sunshine. I do about a quarter of a drop in the morning, and it usually gets me through all day. I don't usually need one in the evening, but I got to tell you, I have fibromyalgia, and I have a very low energy level normally. But by taking this product, I have felt more energy, less pain, more clarity, and it's just been fabulous, really is. So I'm so glad that I found it. And this is a no THC product. So if you're interested, just leave me a message in the comments and contact me, and I'll help you try some. And I bet you'll really like it. It's good stuff. There's a picture of right there. This is the 500 Orange Sunshine. And it tastes good too. It doesn't taste bad. So that's better than taking this all the time, which is not healthy for you. So I wish you well to all my friends and my patriots and my president, whom I love. And I will put you in my prayers as always. And I wish you well. And I hope to see you soon. Be strong, hold the line. Things are going to be okay. No fear, don't stress. Everything is in control. Okay? Until later, hit the bell, hit the subscribe. Remember, I love you.